Hey, it's me Val, and yes, I have camera assist off, just for no reason whatsoever, totally not for a challenge I streamed way too long ago where I wanted to see if you could beat Arkham Asylum without manually moving the camera. Wait. Yep, Asylum's back baby, and you'll never guess the rules. Honestly, try. Bingo, I see you got it. I hope. What counts as moving the camera manually is if I use the right control stick to move it. That's it. Just an FYI, for some reason, combat encounters have the camera move by itself even if you have camera assist off. So that's not me, okay? And so does running, but I mostly refrain from using it, as well it moves the camera, though it's not against the rules since I'm not manually moving it. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's see if you can beat Batman Arkham Asylum without having to manually move the camera. The first encounter, as stated, the camera moved on its own, so I'm not manually moving it, and you can see me confused thinking, wait, I turned that off, and then finally reading the small text at the bottom, then trying to find a solution. Well, none exists. And if you didn't realize yet, that means I'll be basically walking or crouching everywhere. Though this time different from my no running challenge playthrough I did a while back, but most encounters will not have much to note, so I'll skip over them. And now we walk our way all the way up to the Zsasz, and would you look at that? Or actually don't, because the game won't let us use the gargoyles, the only way to proceed without first looking at them. Well, great, it seems this is where the challenge would fail. But you guys should know me by now, I don't give up that easy. I tried for a good 10 minutes, and after totally accidentally throwing a batarang at Zsasz, I decided I must run to move the camera. While not against the rules, I wanted to use it as little as possible. So I got running, specifically at this set of stairs to try to move the camera upward, and after a couple of minutes of running up these stairs, this happened. He's as blind as a bat right now. Wait! Okay, we have not pressed the stick yet. Oh no. Now what? Okay. Now we're facing the wrong way. Okay, now we're facing this way. Can I skip a gargoyle? Can I go straight? Ooh. Finally allowing me to take out Zsasz. And this is where I learned that vents aren't as free as you'd expect, as, well, I can't see where I'm going, and I was lucky that this vent was pointed in a direction where I can. But alas, here the game is stupid. I need to go up, but due to this being the first installment in the series, in order to grapple, you need to have the camera facing that spot, and there is zero elevated surfaces for me to try to change the camera angle, so we must use our first manual camera turn. And it only gets worse, as this vent has a grate in a direction I cannot interact with unless I turn the camera to, so I must add yet another to the manual camera turn counter. Saving the cop also saved my camera angle, making it easier to navigate, and so did accidentally dropping in the gas. It too helped me not have to turn the camera to turn the fans off. Or on. To turn the fans on. And then it's Titan time, and since the camera moves by itself, I just didn't move and face tanked everything until it died. And you know what time it is. And now it's time to scan Ball's flask, which, well, you can see just barely off. So I punched at this wall a few times to turn the camera slightly, and I was able to scan the Ball's juice on the floor. Oh yeah, and this was all streamed on Twitch, I forgot to say that. Go follow me there so you don't miss out on stupid stuff. So you know how you need to look up in order to be able to grapple up in this game? Well, it's broken elevator time, perfect combination. But if you think I'm ready to give up, you are sorely mistaken, as after doing a corner cover here, we can grapple up until the crouch part, where we must turn the camera again in order to remove the vent, unfortunately. And once again, as running cannot make the camera move up, we must turn it again. Climbing moves the camera so we can easily grapple up, and this too is free, but again the camera can't look high enough for us to grapple up, no matter what I could try, adding another to the counter. Running here thankfully allows us to change the camera angle in order to grapple up and defeat all these thugs, and due to the camera moving during combat, opening this vent is easy, but not everything in life is free, as in order to exit we need to move the camera again. 'Tis a shame. And just like Zsasz, Batman won't talk about the armed thugs without turning the camera at them. But instead of running, I punch a few times to turn it, but we cannot simply go over top of them, as once atop, we cannot go anywhere, leaving us with only one choice: run by them somehow without dying. This wasn't easy, but it also wasn't hard, and it only took 10 minutes and I got the run. We're fine. And the one at the top is easy, and same with the vent, and would you look at the time, it's our first Predator section, and finally, yeah, this won't be easy. I am curious, how many total camera turns do you think it would take to beat the game? Tell me in the comments, and why not subscribe while you're at it? It's the best way to support the channel. I was able to do this Predator section on my first attempt, however from here it is only downhill. Not being able to see wherever I need to is a nightmare later on. Don't put me out of my misery, I would hate that. Wink wink. Don't do that.
He doesn't stand a chance, not a chance.
What do you mean? The last guy's down there. Which is a little tricky to see. Oh, Predator sections are gonna be fantastic. Heh, loser. Alright, now we wait.
Did you really think it was gonna be that easy?
Of course it would be that easy.
Oh, my boys, your way. Let's see how you deal with these odds.
No thank you.
Come on! He's just a loon like the rest of us.
Uh-oh. Oh, I saw someone. There's another one. Ooh, we got one. And then there's one left somewhere else. Safe to say he's this way. Okay. And in order to solve the Riddler's puzzle, I used this corner to turn the camera to the perfect angle, allowing us to scan it with ease. Thankfully, the camera could just barely see the ledge from this angle, allowing us upseas, and a bit of running lets us take out these two thugs without being able to see them. The Batmobile is easy since the combat already moves the camera anyways, so we get some nice blue gel and use it when needed, I guess. I fell into a hole and with no escape, restart, this time falling into water to spawn me atop of the medical building, and due to the angle it spawned me at, I can easily blow up the wall and make my way inside to the second Predator section. Well, not without struggling in the vents first. I'm sure Batman's mask doubles as a safety helmet, or I hope it does with how much he's hitting his head. And now it's Predator section time. This one took a couple of attempts, not of dying or failing, just resetting because I wasn't satisfied. And after a couple of those, I beat it without manually moving the camera. Right, that might be the sole reason why I do these challenges. Now let's go down this way. Corner cover. Can't really use the gargoyles. Aren't the most helpful right now. There's 3 left. I can go to that gargoyle. Hop down. No, do the wall. No, do... Batman, you just screwed yourself over. Thank you. And then we're gonna want a corner cover here. Where are they? Okay, so they're over here. You know what? Screw this. We got it. The first Doctor seemed as though the camera turn would be needed to get to the vent, but after some running, you see that? I can grapple up to this part and climb here, and then one more jump to this vent. Fantastic. But what wasn't fantastic was the vent, where we need to turn to open it, and this is where I tell you I unlocked remote control battering. Specifically for this part, making it much easier. Don't mind me failing to quick fire the battering to hit the thug, and yes, I'm controlling it with the left stick, not the right stick. And now for the second Doctor, which is just a combat encounter, so nothing to note. Same goes for the third, since it's just 2 explosive gel, and we skip this tiny predator section and go straight for the elevator. And apparently explosive gel will be a problem too, as the game wants me to place it on the floor despite needing it to be placed on the wall, but it also turned the camera for me, negating a manual turn. The Gordon vent can be done, as well as the exit, same with the lead up to the entirety of the first Scarecrow section, and the same goes for all of the upcoming Scarecrow sections as well, as they have a fixed camera angle anyways, so they will all be skipped each time. And now it's time for the Gordon Predator section, which, well, it was easy. Just time consuming, taking out the first thug with no issue, as well as the second, and due to our current camera angle, it only takes a short run and we can easily grapple up, leading us to Bane, who strangely does not automatically move the camera like other combat encounters. The camera only moving when I get hit or when it goes to the next phase. But it's Bane, he's nothing special. I was able to dominate him on my first try without having to move the camera. Back outside, getting to the Batcave was just a tiny bit time consuming, though not a single camera turn was acquired across the whole trip, leading us inside to get the Batclaw. But on our way out, the grate you need to pull down, well, it's high up, so we must, once again, turn the camera to look up. But after that, we beat up some thugs, traverse the sewers while not knowing where to go, and use this corner to turn, and after blowing up the wall, we make our way back outside. The first room of snipers had literally nothing to note, and the second was pretty easy too, to get atop the mansion's roof. But after taking them down, I tried a few angles but to no success. We need to look up once again in order to tear down the vent, and inside once again because the vent is on the roof, and another grapple to get up as well. We once again brute force our way to use the explosive gel on the wall, take out this guy, and enter the most confusing Predator section in the game for this challenge. Well, maybe not confusing, but the camera gets turned a ton due to its long nature, but I'll skip all the nonsense and go straight to the successful run. This is the worst one in the game. I don't care what you say about the one in the sewers, this one sucks. Because at least on that one you have the Ultra Batclaw. corner cover. It's fine. Oh, Batman, hurry up. Oh my god. Thankfully, the vent leading to the outside of the doctor's office is free, as the exit isn't with a grate like usual, and running up this small set of stairs just barely allows us to use the claw, and even better, the grate at the end can be accessed due to the angle it is at, so no manual turns will be needed. That is if you change the angle first. For some reason, this vent doesn't force the camera like other ones. Her fingerprints were easy to scan, just run against the wall to move the camera, but to escape we must turn it up to see the vent, unfortunately. The big library fight has absolutely nothing to note, like at all. It was pretty easy. With all of these thugs taken care of, I used a set of stairs to make the camera angle go up in order to grapple straight to the top, and from here, navigating the vents was quite easy, allowing us to save the cops without turning the camera, as well as burn the cure, and even leave too. Great! And since the Scarecrow section is all walking, then a fixed camera angle, we can do the whole thing also. Pretty good stretch of content to do without turning. Running in a circle makes it easy to realign the camera to cut the bell. Zsasz dies. And after that fight, scanning the stick on the floor was very easy due to the camera angle at the end of the fight. But to leave Arkham Mansion, this is where our manual streak starts again, and after much trying, we have no choice but to look up. To be fair, I probably could have done it if I did a glide and a grapple, but the damage has already been done. Wait, never mind, the front door is open. Maybe I am stupid. I'm skipping over a ton, but we get the cryptographic sequencer, and from here, skip even more, and believe it or not, you can grapple up to the goon off with Harley by just running around on the outside, letting us up. Even saving the cops is free, as the angle we set off with allows us to easily scan both of the terminals, and after the second, the game again has us facing the right direction by default. Even the last one can be accessed without having to do anything, and just like that, it's over. Running up this set of stairs let us pull down the vent and grapple, and after Harley's second goon off, it's back to the botanical garden we go. Being so easy, I'll skip over everything in between, and skipping the predator section goes just like any other playthrough. Turn off the power, and once grappled up here, the game graciously sets the camera angle straight for the door, allowing us to skip the whole encounter. But the next vent after we must turn again due to it being behind us. And navigating and exiting the sewers is also very simple, that is if you've played these games as much as I have, and the hostage predator section isn't too bad, so I'll let it play out. Please let me, thank you. Now I'm gonna have to wait, because I can't turn my camera to look at the other guys. So I'm just gonna take it safe and wait a couple seconds for the other guy to show up. Because, you know, I don't want to die. I got him. Whew. Oh, oops. What happened? What happened there? Okay, we don't talk about that. I was able to get it, duh. And the Titan fight wasn't anything to note either, as the camera autofocuses on the Titans. And skipping through even more easy parts, I was able to somehow skip this Predator section. Not sure how it worked at all, but sure, I'm thankful it did.
They're so dumb.
But after Ivy destroys the main path, the only way back is to look up to grapple. And now it's one of my least favorite Predator sections for this challenge. If you know, you know. But for once, I did it within a reasonable amount of time.
I forget when I have to go, because I can't look down. That was too early. Where is he? Where is he? Where's the body? Oh, he's right here. Whew. Sir, can I get a corner? Okay, they're all over there. I'm stuck. Thank you. Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay, that was close. Everyone else is over there. So I should be able to just climb down. And we should be good to go. Perfect.
Then it's the final Scarecrow section, and while being able to move the camera during the last part is nothing noteworthy. And hey look, we're at Croc's lair now, and in fact, you can do the whole thing without manually turning the camera with the right stick, as running always makes it so that the spores can be cut down, and with that, we're so close to the end, let's hope the counter doesn't go much higher from here. With the best gadget in our possession, we must look up to progress. And again. And again. Oh boy. We can use the line launcher to not have to look up here, and the final Predator section was more long than actually hard.
On Twitch, I wonder who it could have been. Maybe it was the person who just stopped by, the drink guy. Oops. I'm gonna distract them. Hey! Don't do that. That's rude. Shut up. I distract them with that, or does they not care? Ground takedown, please. Where's the other guy? This is fine. Why did it get the guy over there? I mean, it worked. Oh my goodness.
The other set of pumps were kind enough to be just high enough for us to get without looking down, and now it's time for this fight that I always die on too many times for some reason. I'm good at challenges, but when it comes to playing the game itself, well, somehow I didn't die. That's pretty cool. I don't remember that, and it'll also be skipped because it doesn't add anything of value to the challenge anyways. And guess what? Time to look up again, and again, and again. Thankfully, this is the last time we must look up in order to progress, but oh boy does this game like doing that. We can save a grapple by just jumping over the vines instead. And from here, the poison ivy fight doesn't need any, so we'll skip it. And yes, I'm running. I was tired and wanted to finish the challenge. Getting to the party doesn't need any either. Same goes with the Titan fight. And just like that, we're at Joker, who uses a fixed camera angle. So, Can you beat the game without manually moving the camera? No, you can't. You need to use it around 20 times. I say around because who knows? Maybe someone will find a way to improve upon this in the future. I've been Valstracuga. Thank you for watching. Have a good day and a good night.